Never fear, Whovians. Russell T. Davies isn't worried. Well, he should be. Doctor Who just came off of the lowest rated season ever. It was a total train wreck. The Disney bosses are mad at their investment. He's continuing along with the season 2 on the exact same path that season 1 went with. It's already filmed. It's already in the can. It's only going to get worse from here. And so what's going to happen at this point? Well, there's been a lot of rumbles over the summer that season 3 might not happen, that it might not go forward, that all of them are worried that this is going to be gone because of the incessant identity politics upsetting Doctor Who fans on every single level. The fact that the lore has been completely disregarded has been upsetting Doctor Who fans on every single level. We did a video on the weekend that just showed Russell T. Davies' arrogance and total disregard for anything. Now, he's got a reputation of just being a tyrant on the set. We know Christopher Eccleston won't work with the guy or any of these people involved because he just hates them so much. And Christopher Eccleston is, he's of the same politics as them. The arrogance is a big factor here, and he's not worried because of that exact same thing. Now, maybe these guys are going to get a sort of diversity hire long-term contract where they just can't get fired because they'll, threaten a lawsuit or something like that. That could happen, but I don't expect it. I expect that we are going to see the end of Doctor Who very, very soon, or at least a complete reboot with different people, because it has to happen. Otherwise, this show is completely gone. All right, let's get into the news. Hit the like and subscribe button, Doctor Who fans and science fiction fans. I really appreciate you for being here. We have the best community, honestly, on the internet. And I am a science fiction writer myself, so when I talk about Russell T. Davies' problems with writing, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been working professionally for nearly a decade now, and I really appreciate you guys for coming in so hard on my trilogy here, The Arishan War. It starts with The Stars Entwined. This is a wonderful space opera, which you'll absolutely love if you are a science fiction fan. So please grab this. It's in the description below. And of course, grab the next 2 books in the series, The Stars Asunder and Stars Rejoined, for the best experience in reading the trilogy. We're working on a new book right now that I am going to spin out of this. I'm actually going to write 3 full books before I put them up. It's going to be a sec because of that. I'm almost finished with the first one. But please get it caught up on my worlds right now. And I appreciate you guys for reading so much. There's an audiobook version too, if that is your preference. It's in the description below. Thanks again. All right, let's look at this Radio Times shill article for Doctor Who, where they're going to sweep for Russell T. Davies and all the problems that he's had recently, sweep it all under the rug. Some Doctor Who fans have been getting impatient, waiting to hear confirmation about the future of the BBC's long-running sci-fi favorite, given that its recent partnership with Disney. Now, this is interesting. Some Doctor Who fans, not most, not many, not the hordes that there used to be. There are dozens of us. It's like the people who are signing the petition to get the Acolyte Season 2 back on the air. There's like 50,000, and that's it. It's over. They didn't worry, however, according to Russell T. Davies, who reckons everything is playing out as should be expected. Now, this is pretty funny. If his woke Doctor Who abomination ended up with huge ratings and was going fantastic, it would not be like this. It would be an immediate renewal. They'd be excited about it, but they're not. None of these people are excited about anything. You notice it's all just fear and petty politics with them. Despite what feels like a long time waiting for the official renewal for season 16, the showrunner says that's just how these things go. When you're failing. Well, if this industry decision, it's like any other business. These things take time. I got to do my impression. You guys like that? I forget. It's an industry decision. It's like any business. These things will take time. I think the decision will come after the transmission of season 2. That's what we're expecting, and that's what we've always been heading towards. There we go. That sounds more like him. And so this is pretty interesting. He doesn't say that the decision to renew will happen, that it's going to happen, that Disney's going to reinvest in this. He just says the decision will happen after season 2. And he's probably told the Disney bosses just this after they were getting really, really nervous about this even failing to get on the top 10 of the Nielsen ratings for any of its premiere run on Disney+, which is absolutely wild. It means nobody watched this show. When you get up on Disney+, It was heavily, heavily marketed. It was put on the main screen the entire time. They really wanted gay black Doctor Who to be a part of their Disney success because, it was all about the DEI with them. And Russell T Davies sold it as that. It really was something that they hoped would work. Now, Disney stocks have been in a tumble because they've just had too many failures recently. They can't afford to do more things like this. The investors are pissed off at them, and the board is getting pissed off at Russell T Davies, from what I understand. And they're not liking what he's doing. So he's probably gone in there and groveled and said, as a gay man, and tried to reassure them on the political levels that all is going well. The youth demographic is going to come in hard. The second season, it gives some time for people to watch the first season. They're all going to come in and be super excited. And that's what he's probably trying to pitch politically as a showrunner here. And so, as you see, Davies sounds entirely confident and secure in Doctor Who's future. I didn't get this out of this statement. Radio Times is out of their minds as usual. I think the decision will come after the transition. He didn't say a good decision for him, that it's going to happen, that he thinks is going to happen here. That doesn't sound confident whatsoever. It sounds quite the opposite. The partnership has seen an injection of dramatically increased budget for Doctor Who. Yes, it has. There's been a lot of money poured into this. And that's been one of the sad parts as we've been watching this show. We've seen low-budget versions in the past, of course, especially way back in the day. We've seen even how, since the 2005 iteration started, that it started with a pretty low budget and amped up. And now it's at a point where the visuals are just out of control. I mean, they're honestly better than anything Star Wars has been putting out. And it's been because of that injection of cash. It really has been. But with the visuals being that beautiful, it's really sad to watch that the writing is absolutely atrocious on every single level. It's like Russell T Davies spent zero time on actually writing the scripts and actually trying to create good stories out of Doctor Who. It was all about just casting for identity. It was all about just pissing off the fans. It was all about being lazy on that level and then trying to rest on the laurel of good special effects. And good special effects do not make a movie work. We've seen this over and over and over again as money has been invested heavily into special effects on these shows, and it hasn't worked every single time. You need the good story to set it going. Doctor Who will be back on screens this Christmas for a festive episode, Joy to the World, penned by Stephen Moffat. And Stephen Moffat is, writing okay episodes comparatively to Russell T Davies. I mean, that's the bar at this point. Maybe he'll do okay. I'm a little scared that they're using a statement like Joy to the World, a very Christian theme for Christmas, with the current Doctor Who iteration, because that they typically like to make blasphemous decisions with this kind of thing when these people are involved. But that is something that will be coming up very soon. Meanwhile, Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday will return along the 15th Doctor when season 15 hits screens next year. They will be joined by a brand new companion. This is the Indian woman who's going to eventually replace Ruby as their agenda goes forward. Now, they've started filming a spin-off series that nobody wanted in addition to this. This is really going to bomb. It's called The War Between Land and Sea. They are starting this. It's already in production. It's starring a lot of the usual suspects, and it's something that's supposed to just follow Unit, the little group that follows the Doctor around and the like. I don't understand why they would be releasing a spin-off series like this at this time when they're in the lowest rated series ever, and I don't know why they would choose like something random and some random characters that really have not been in the show to be a part of that whatsoever. But that's what they're doing. It's another character with a black female lead, and it's probably, again, something that Disney has invested heavily into just based on Russell T Davies' identity politics. I'm going to guess these things have been in the works since before Season 1 numbers fully came in, because otherwise it wouldn't have made sense to do whatsoever. It's going to be another failure. It's going to be another big loss in revenue for these people, and we'll see how it goes into Season 2 as it comes along. I'm not expecting it to go much better. I'm expecting, as this next season goes, it to be even worse. You had the people who were rubbernecking at first, I think, to see what this gay black doctor would be about, to check it out. But most Doctor Who fans have tuned out entirely. You see the hashtag RIP Doctor Who trending very often at this juncture. And Russell T. Davies has to be out of his mind if he thinks that Disney's going to put up with this and fork over a bunch of cash if their ratings are this far into the tank. We saw The Acolyte fail and get canceled. Disney is pulling the plug faster than ever before. But will the BBC step up and use British taxpayer monies to force this upon you guys for extra years? I don't know about that. It seems like a big ask. Leave a comment down below with what you think. Do you think that this is going to get canceled for season 3? I kind of do. I honestly, optimistically think it will. And I say optimistic because this needs to go away. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out Good Science Fiction, The Stars Entwined, and its sequels on Amazon. That's the first link in the description below. Thank you guys for reading.